Да, да.
Un dzelzceļa stacijas apmeklētāji. Atgādinām, ka dzelzceļa stacijas teritorijā, tā skaitā uz peroniem un vilcienos, smēķēt ir aizliegts. Paldies par saprāti! Dear passengers and visitors,
Tagad mēs ejam uz veikalu.
Station is not comfortable for you. Therefore, renovation works are being done at the station. During this process, there are changes in the schedule of trains. The below in the station will show you updated information so that you know from which track your train will be departing. We apologize for any inconvenience in this. The station will show you updated information so that you know from which track your train will be departing. We apologize for any inconvenience.
Я нет, есть.